People love Batman more than Superman. And that's something that a lot of people don't think about, but it actually does teach us a lot about attraction marketing. Is being perfect actually bad for your business? So, for a second, let's talk superheroes. Have you ever noticed how much people really relate to Batman much more than they do relate to Superman? And you don't have to believe me, you just have to see the number of movies that have been super successful about Batman that are super relatable and were super massive mega hits. On the other hand, yeah, even though way back then, I think it was the end of the 70s or maybe the beginning of the 80s, the first Superman movie with Christopher Reeves. Yeah, it became really hugely popular, but then he had a problem and people started actually not paying much attention to Superman. Why is that? That Superman not connected, Batman super relatable. Well, you have to think and understand the fact that from the beginning, in the comics world, Superman is an alien, is the man of steel, doesn't have any weaknesses. He cannot be shot because his skin is, it doesn't, nothing goes through it. And he flies. He's super strong. He doesn't die. He doesn't get sick. He's perfect. And Batman is a normal human being. Yes, the part that's not relatable about him is the fact that he indeed was super rich. When you think about Superman, even not being super rich, if you're the man of steel and you can fly and you cannot get sick and you cannot die, then you have no weaknesses. And people, it's hard to kind of relate with that. And you're from a different planet. Batman, rich, but his parents got killed. He has a lot of weaknesses. He has to train himself to be strong, to be able to pass over all these problems that he had and develop his personality. And also, on top of everything, his personality is kind of dark. Superman, the perfect person. He does everything right. Batman, a dark, has depression, has guilt, doesn't know how to do the right thing all the time, and yet people related to him. In fact, this is a very interesting fact. When the creators of Superman discovered that people were not relating to him that much, they had to find and give him a weakness. What did they do? The little green thing, right? Kryptonite. They gave Superman his kryptonite in order, and this is the only reason they did it, to make him more relatable. So when you think about it and you're thinking about attraction marketing, the key to being relatable is about your weaknesses. The fact that you are not a super person, you are not a superhero, you are not a super marketer, you don't have no errors and no, problems in your life. You do have problems. You have all the struggles, all the fights in your mind, all the weaknesses that everybody does. And yet you have overcome those things and you have managed to get out at the other side of the tunnel successful. When you show that you had those problems, then people will start relating to you. And that is what you want to portray in order to achieve that goal of attracting people to you as a normal human being with failures, with problems, and with weaknesses. If you manage to achieve that, then you might be successful if you're consistent, presenting that branding, so to speak, that image, that personality out there for the world to see.